Some of us are still paying for mistakes. You know what I learned? Immaturity has nothing to do with age. Nothing to do with age. Y'all know our founding pastor, Dr. King teacher, used to always say, and I've said this to y'all before, I said this to the youth in First Friday 2 nights ago, that a young man, a young woman who's a liar, doesn't check his or her behavior, Diamond, doesn't correct himself, grows up to be an old liar. A young thief who doesn't correct and check his behavior grows up to be an old, I like it in here, I can hear y'all. Man, I feel like I'm doing, grab my rag. A young liar grows up to, is that all right? I done broke the podium. I like this room. We might have to move to 2 services. One for the dead saints and one for y'all. I like this church. This is a good church. What are we talking about? A young thief grows up to be an old thief. A young fool grows up, Bishop, not you, to be an old fool. I said not you. Not you. I hope not, and we call you Bishop. Young people, please, young people especially, please get this. I promise you, it is all right to learn from somebody else's mistake. I promise you, you don't have to try and experience everything. Oh, I ain't gonna get addicted. It ain't gonna affect me the same way it affects. See, I'm stronger. My resistance, my tolerance is a little stronger. Man, a couple weeks ago, Alvin said one of the smartest things I ever heard him say in my life. And it really stuck with me. I mean, it has stuck with me ever since. He said it on our radio show. You know what he said? I don't remember if he was talking about a professor or a teacher. He asked the students, do you learn better from your own mistakes or mistakes from others? And he said about 99% of the students raised their hand and said, I learn better from my own mistakes. And he said, the teacher said, this is the dumbest class I've ever seen. He said, do you realize that it is absolutely free? It costs you nothing to learn from somebody else's mistakes. But it can cost us more than we can even afford to pay from some of our own silly mistakes. What surprises me is the mentality of people who really feel like they have to experience something, go through something just to learn a lesson. That is ignorance, is what that is. That's dumb. Man, that is crazy to me. That's super crazy to me. We ignore the opportunity to learn an indirect lesson and sometimes go through some experience that we don't even have to go through. This area of scripture here says that everyone who heard about what happened with Zechariah, they reflected and kept in their minds. That's what reflect means. They kept in their minds what happened. It says everything that happened. Then you notice they turned their focus to the Lord. They said, what will this child turn out to be? For the hand of the Lord is surely upon him. Based on what they saw happen to Zechariah, they learned from somebody else's mistakes, young folk.